All right, workout is done. Let's make some breakfast. I don't think I've made a video about my breakfast. So now that I'm done talking about weight loss, I kind of want to talk about some of the foods that I've been eating that have really helped me. And I like most of the videos that I've been doing have involved foods that I have found that I can eat as part of either A, meal prep, or B, just to eat in general, that are still somewhat calorie deficit-ish or calorie efficient or whatever. But this breakfast, I wouldn't want to say it's been modified, but it's been added more or less. And it has been a breakfast that has helped me this entire time that I've lost weight. I could eat 100 different things throughout the day. This breakfast has not changed. First thing is, I need to get my espresso going. I drink espresso every morning. And the stuff that I drink is the Cafe Bustelo stuff. I love it. It's my new favorite coffee. Personally, I think it's way better than Starbucks. Like, way better than Starbucks. They do have a cold brew, which I have tried, and it is quite tasty, actually. There is a vanilla one that I need to find, and I need to try that one. But the unsweetened one is muy bueno. The sweetened one has way too much sugar in it. This one, solid. And you can get like sugar-free syrups or whatever. Like I have a hazelnut one that you can add to it if you want. But this stuff, bueno. Okay, the first thing I want to do is start my espresso. And so I have my trusty little espresso machine and my can of espresso. And I don't get the coffee ground stuff, I get the espresso ground stuff. And then I got my little fancy press guy. And I just slap her down there, like so. Lock her in. That fresh can vibes right there. Fresh can vibes, gotta cram it back in there. But that's that. And then because I'm awesome, I have my little fancy espresso cups because it makes me feel fancy in the morning. I don't ignore that part. Anyway, so there's that. I got it filled up with water. Turn him on. Then the next thing I do is I got some Kodiak cakes. I do the buttermilk ones because personally they actually have a lot more of a protein content than all the other stuff, like the chocolate chip stuff, the blueberry stuff. They don't have as much protein than the buttermilk ones. And I can kind of keep it plain and it doesn't have a bunch of added crap to it. But throw these guys in here. We'll heat him up. Look at that guy. That's a big blueberry. Ain't that just a beautiful sight? Ain't it just pretty? Look at it. Look at it. Mmm. Alright, pancakes are done. Next, so fruit and vegetables are just kind of, I wouldn't call them fillers. They're not something that I tend to keep track of how much I eat because it's stuff that's good for you. But with blueberries, I do a half a serving, and I do, I think a full serving is considered like 100 grams of blueberries, which is, now that I've been doing this for so long, that's a lot of blueberries. So I do 50, and that keeps me pretty content. And these are some big blueberries. I don't know what they're feeding these blueberries, but it needs to stop. It needs to stop right now. That's that package. And I don't do exactly 50. I'm not gonna sit here and be temperamental with exact weights. 51, 52. Like I said, one extra blueberry. If one extra blueberry is gonna keel me over, then we got bigger fish to fry. We're gonna do 53 today because we're feeling adventurous. And honestly, these are some big freaking blueberries. So set those guys off to the side. And then another thing I do is peanut butter powder. I do this because that way I can still have peanut butter, but I don't have the oil added into it. I do a serving of peanut butter, which is about 15 or 16 grams, but it ends up being just under 2 tablespoons, okay? Because then you just add water to it. And you get the peanuts, you get everything else, you don't get the added oil. Okay, turn him off, throw him off to the side. And by adding water, you can just kind of make it whatever consistency you want. This is a little too runny for my taste, but it's not bad. I've accidentally done worse, but maybe a little bit thicker would be nice. But this is about the consistency I go for. Now it's time for my eggs. So when I first started, I was doing 3 eggs. Now I do 4. I've considered doing 5, but I am not planning on going any higher than 5. That's for certain. So I got my eggs, and then I just season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Bam, bam. Sip of espresso. Yum yum in my tum tum. Okay, mix these guys up, and while I'm doing that, I got some avocado spray because this pan sucks, but if I spray it enough, it's fine. Now usually what I do is I'll heat these guys up, and while these guys heat up, I'll heat my pan up. I didn't feel like trying to talk over a microwave, sorry. Okay, pan's warm. Put my eggs in there. And cleaning as you go with this breakfast is very important because there's a lot going on, and you can make a mess very, very quickly with this breakfast. I'm not gonna lie, it gets a little wild. All right, let's dress up our pancakes while our egg is cooking. And the cool thing is, like, it's 190 calories for 3 pancakes. Now, granted, they're small pancakes. You kind of feel slightly awesome knowing that you can eat 3 pancakes. Like, it just, when you tell people, yeah, I eat 3 pancakes, everybody's like, oh, no way, you can eat so much food. And then you actually, like, look at it, and it's really not. But anyway, it makes you feel special for a minute, and so that's all that matters. That's all we care about right now. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my blueberries on. Egg, a little action, a little love before I burn it. Yeah, and once these eggs get going, they get going. They don't mess around. And there's a lot of eggs, so you really got to keep it moving once it starts. You spray it enough, it doesn't stick, and it's fine. And then I can do things like this. Oh, that was terrible. That was absolute trash. We're gonna pretend that you didn't see that. But I'm gonna let that finish cooking on the other side. It doesn't have to look pretty. It's gonna get inhaled in about 30 seconds anyway, so hush. Okay, that's done, heat off. Slap her on there. Put that off to the side. That. Okay, I got my blueberries, got my peanut butter on, got my eggs. And then I do 1 whole banana. Banana, banana, banana. And I usually don't put the whole banana on, I just eat the rest of it. Okay, and then I like to put a little bit of salsa on my eggs. And that hasn't changed. That was with it. That's been since day 1. All right, and then instead of maple syrup, I do honey instead. It's a lower calorie option, and it's just better. It's better for you, and there's a lot more benefits to it. And so I do honey instead of maple syrup. And again, I've been doing that since day 1. But here we are, the absolute breakfast of champs. But eating this is like, it just keeps, like I said, I've added to it. So originally it was just the 3 eggs, and honestly it was just the pancakes with honey on it. There wasn't anything else. It was just pancakes, honey, eggs, and salsa. That was it. That was when I was in a calorie deficit. But let's eat. And I have never done cheese with this breakfast. Cheers. Just because I'm trying to also, I'm trying to also limit the amount of dairy that I intake. Not saying that dairy is necessarily bad. Some people it is, but for me, I was trying to understand and push the fact that cheese is not something that I needed to at least start with weight loss, but something I kind of needed to step aside from and kind of stay away from for a minute and then reintroduce. I love this breakfast so much. It's such a, I used to never eat breakfast. That's the other thing. I used to never eat breakfast. I used to, like, if anything, I had a granola bar, and sometimes I would make breakfasts like this. It would be, you know, French toast, sausage, bacon, eggs, that sort of thing. But it was mostly a carb-heavy breakfast. And then sometimes I would even just eat like donuts, but I would have like 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 donuts. So like this breakfast is by far the best one I've had, and it gives me something to look forward to throughout the day. That's the other thing. Like it keeps me motivated, it keeps me going. But after every workout, I come home, I make this, And it's just a great way to start your day. Well guys, there you have it. The breakfast of champs. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you hit that sub button. Share this with your friends and family. Throw a comment down below. And as always, peace out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!